Guess what? Each and every single day is a new opportunity to be a new you. It's up to you how you start your day. It's up to you how you'll behave and show up and act and the things that you'll do throughout this day so that you can wake up feeling better about yourself tomorrow and the next day. See, that's the whole difficulty of this, is that you got to start now. Don't even feel that difficult. You got to give yourself opportunity to get outside, right? Sunrises, watching the sunrise, the little things in life, right? It's early, coffee is cold, birds are out singing a little bit. And the first thing that I do in the morning is I start to flood my mind with the positive thoughts. Like I have the positive affirmations going, but I'm having to internally shift from even just being neutral, dull, maybe even low some days, to being positive. Really just affirming myself with some of the goals that I have, some of the feelings that I want to feel, the things I want to experience. And you have the power to do the same. And this don't cost you nada, nothing. It doesn't cost you anything. Other than it'll trigger your old identity, your current identity. If you're not happy with who you are currently, well, when you start thinking positive thoughts and doing positive things, guess what happens? You trigger your old identity, the current identity, right? And that's it's coming through. It's early. It's coming through for me. So here's what happens. You got your current identity, which you know is not your best. It's not your highest self. It's not in alignment with who you truly could be. If you went all in on yourself, if you really looked at self-improvement as like the sexiest thing that you've ever seen and you just want a piece of it. You want a piece. You can't get enough. That should be self-improvement practices for you. It should get that sexy. Because and here's the cool thing. That's because you're going to get sexier. You'll feel sexier because you're going to shift your concept of self, your image of self. And here's the challenge. This is what's tough. You have your current concept of self, your current self-image, and you know it no longer serves you. But it's who you are. It's 100% who you are. It does not serve you anymore. And so there's a grief and the grieving process that happens for you to say, man, I don't know if I want to let go of who I am, because this other version is unknown and I'm scared of that. And I at least know this. I see that, but I don't know what that is. And that's where most people half-heartedly, right, take measures to try to improve yourself. You don't do it long term. And it's because someone else is having to convince you. Even me, I'm not really into the convincing people to want to improve themselves. I'm looking for the people that are already in a state of recovery, are making some changes in life, and yet need that guide, need that mentor. Because here's the thing. Although you have to do the work by yourself, you don't have to do it alone. You do need wraparound support. You do need people in your corner that believe in you, that are cheering for you. Because guess what? Not every day's gonna be good. You're gonna have some really bad days. That's life. But do you wanna keep handling your worst days the way you do right now, the way you have been? That's where the rubber meets the road. Are you going to continue showing up on your worst days as the way that you've been showing up? It's not really about the good days. We all seem to be able to figure out the good days. And it seems like one good day can sort of make us forget about all the bad shit, and the bad shit doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. Because we still show up as ourselves when we're triggered, when things get bad. Guess who shows up? Old faithful, man. Self-destruct, self-sabotage, self-sacrifice version of you. The lower version of you. It's time to step up. It's time to truly embrace this journey of getting to know who you truly are. And you think you know, but you don't. You don't. Because if you can close your eyes right now, close your eyes. Just take in a deep breath. One more deep breath in. Exhale out. And if you could just relax and just imagine, what would be your wish in this life? What's the one thing that if that thing happened, you would feel incredible? What, can you see it? What is that thing that you just would bring you the most incredible amount of joy? I know I'm seeing a lot. There's still a lot for me to accomplish. What do you see? What do you see when you close your eyes and you envision possibility? An unknown possible version of yourself in the future, hopefully a higher version. What do you envision when many of the problems that you are faced with right now are eliminated? Maybe it's all your bills are paid. Maybe it's looking in the mirror naked before you get in the shower and being really super proud of how you've transformed your body, how you've gotten into shape, how you feel good, you feel youthful, you feel attractive, you feel whole and complete because you've been doing the mental work too. It's not just the physical, it's not just the financial. That's not the problem. It's our thoughts, it's our self-concept. It's really what you think is who you are and what you're experiencing. If you got financial problems, what, you're gonna blame that your job don't pay you enough? Or do you not see yourself being valuable enough to get a better job, to make more money? And then once you make the more money, that you learn financial literacy so you can keep more money and pay your bills in full without being overwhelmed and stressed and feeling broke and feeling worthless, feeling like a brokey. Right? You're worthy of that. For you to acquire more wealth, more resources, you're not taking it away from anybody else. But you have to become better. If you want more, you become more. And it's not just, it is doing one thing each and every day, little by little. Working on all of these aspects of who you are, your mental health, your emotional health. Mental health is your thinking, your thoughts that you can't control, that keep you up all night, tossing and turning. Your emotional health is how you feel. And people are dying of stress at like an accelerating rate right now. Stress is through the roof. Trigger. Because of things happening outside of ourselves, but we're so fearful and we're so programmed. So we feel the fear, we feel the uncertainty of this world. So many people, you feel it, and your body starts to break down because you're thinking the uncertainty, you're thinking about the fear. That's the mental health. Then you start feeling it. And then all these subconscious things come up and the cravings come up, and then you start doing things and shutting down or overeating or over drinking or overindulging, and you feel like you're out of control. And then the spiritual health is really important. It's connecting with God. And I don't advocate doing that in a box with a band and smoke and some dude telling bad jokes. For me, connecting with God is right here, right now. It's seeing that sunrise. Being able to still yourself, to still your mind, to meditate, to hear the voice within, to understand that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. And once you connect with that, you can, and it's been incredible. Every time that I have asked for a divine sign of confirmation, God, are you real? It comes through, and it'll come through for you too. It'll come through for you too. And then it's physical health. It's taking care of your body. Well, physical health has a lot to do with all of those uppers, but you have more control than you would like to admit in terms of your eating. 50% of men are overweight right now. That's sad. Many of those are obese. And we're eating our emotions. We're not able to self-soothe, right? I told you guys this story before. I'll say it real quick again. When I gave up alcohol, I developed a sweet tooth. But there's no such thing as a sweet tooth. Go ask your dentist, hey, do I have a sweet tooth in there? They're gonna be like, no, you don't got a sweet tooth. What I realized I had was unhealed trauma, unhealed emotional trauma. And some people say, well, there's not even such thing as trauma. Well, I had emotional wounds that would get triggered, that would then trigger a craving. And, it's all chemical dependency, really. That's what it is. It's all chemical dependency of lack. We feel lack, and we need something to give us just a little teeny weeny relief, right? You know you need the relief. We all need it. We're all dealing. It's really, how do you manage your stress? How do you manage the challenges in life? And if you haven't done this yet, I would download the Results Kill Excuses app. I'm finishing up the first of 3 and then many challenges, right? I always say you got to embrace those challenges. Well, I'm going to have a 24-hour challenge that's getting ready to get launched, a 72-hour challenge, and a 7-day challenge. And when it comes to the physical health, we need to exercise. When I realized about the sweet tooth, it was really a form of self-sabotage. Because, man, I would feel like shit after eating all this candy. I would eat all this candy, you guys. I'd get triggered, especially at the gas stations, the fucking convenience stores, and I'd buy all this candy, and I'd eat it. I'd eat all the candy. And that's just sugar, 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 sugar. And now it's like I'm a sugar hawk. Like, I try and I can't believe everything that has sugar. If you're anybody who wants to reevaluate your relationship with sugar, you don't think you have an addiction? Ha! Go look at everything, man, from ketchups to sauces to just everything's got a sugar in it. Try and eliminate sugar and see how hard it is. It's hard. It's hard to fully eliminate processed sugar, refined sugar, not, natural sugars. I try and use sparingly. Fruits. There's some bars that I've got it down to like 3 grams if you understand sugar, but there's like health bars that got like 20 grams of sugar. Well, 4 grams is like a packet of sugar that you'll see at like a restaurant. So it's like 20, that's 5 packets of sugar, man. I don't need no 5 packets of sugar in nothing that I'm doing. And so I realized that I had this craving, and it was really a chemical dependency, that I needed just that rush that it would give me. But again, if I was to eat a bunch of shit like that today, it's gonna just, I know I'm gonna feel it on my body, in my soul tomorrow. And you're probably the same way right now. You're struggling with these eating disorders. We have so many undiagnosed eating disorders. And what do you think they're all attached to? What do you think your eating disorder is attached to? Oh, I just really like this food. No, you lack discipline if you are obese, overweight, which there's a really good chance you're one of those too. And again, mental health, emotional, physical, spiritual, and then physical health. Your body is the only thing that you gotta earn it. I saw something yesterday, it was talking about healthcare costs and how they're going through the roofs, and most of it is based on these diet pills. I'm not really too caught up on the diet pills. I have a friend that I think was using it. Man, magic pills and all that bullshit, it just ain't gonna do it. It takes you working on the mental and the emotional wounds. You start working on those, you'll start seeing yourself more whole and complete. You'll start really valuing yourself. Your self-worth will improve. And then guess what? You start to take better care of yourself. You start to emotionally regulate your nervous system so that you can actually not overeat. And you start to say, no, that's not good for me anymore. I can't eat like I did when I was a teenager in my 30s and 40s and beyond. I mean, I make adjustments to my nutritional routine like every 6 months now. Seasonal. And I know that is a challenge for some of y'all. Some of y'all are so you need the pleasure. You need to take the picture, post it, so you get validation from what the fuck you're stuffing your face with, when it's like, man, I see all these pictures and I'm like, fatty McFats. Like, you don't win by losing. And the way you're losing is by eating junk, eating unhealthy food. But it's from a fancy restaurant. Well, that's fine, but it's doused in fucking butter and oil and all this shit that ain't good for you. You want to really control your nutrition, you guys learn how to cook, you got to learn how to shop. And how many people are ready to do that? That is going to be something that I am going to integrate into the app, is going to be a meal prep, healthy cooking section. It's one of my passions. I love cooking. And I switched up my nutrition in a drastic way a few years ago. I went from being one of the biggest Western carnivore, just, talking shit about vegetarians and vegan type personality to, I met this beautiful woman and she was vegan and I gave it a try and it changed my life. The nutrition changes your life for sure. It's not a diet. Diets don't change your life. Diets give you a quick fix, and that's what you want in everything in life. You want everything quick. Easy come, easy go. Easy come, easy go. That's even why I am actually giving out one of the most incredible gifts right now. Is an opportunity for you to win one of the most incredible gifts. 6 months, 3 months, or 1 month of one-on-one training with me. This is transformational shit, man. This ain't just like kumbaya. This is like coaching ceremonies, really pushing past your limits and your barriers to where you're not going to recognize yourself in even just 1 month working with me. 3 months, 6 months, ain't nobody going to recognize you. And I've had that result. I've run into my own kin, my own sister, my own family members. They do not recognize me. And it's not because maybe I look totally different. It's because I have a whole different energy and aura about myself. It's totally different. I ain't the same dude from the inside. And that's the most important piece. And yet here I am offering it out. But I ain't going to just give it out. Support the brand. This is the law of reciprocity. If you are being fed by the message, give back. Go purchase a sticker. Get yourself one of these warm-ass, soft, cozy hoodies that you can rock out for the rest of the winter while you slay your goals and start accomplishing and building some of your dreams. And guess what? You'll get to do it with me if you win. I would love to be a part of that. It would be the greatest honor of my life to help you as I've helped hundreds of others already. Guaranteed success, guaranteed results. If, right? The only if is you. You are the deciding factor as to whether or not you are going to embrace this healing journey, this self-improvement journey by leaving the self-sabotage, leaving the self-sacrifice, leaving all that shit behind. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there's a mourning process of who you currently are for who you truly could be. And you're afraid to lose who you are. You don't lose it. It wants to lay itself down for you because it is obligated to do just that. We are obligated to ourselves to lay our old self down when there is a new self coming. Now, here's the cool thing. Does anybody know? Does anybody know what next year is in terms of Chinese symbology? This was the year of the dragon. Next year's the year of the snake. What do snakes do? Right? Other than bite and, scare a lot of people, they shed their skins. They're really good at shedding their skin. This is the process for you to go through. 2025 is the year that you shed the old skin. Oh, shit. It's time to do it. Get on there. ResultsKillExcuses.com. Go into the shop. Any purchase between now and Christmas, do it sooner than later so you can get your gear and start feeling better about yourself. Start really holding yourself accountable. Some of y'all think, oh, nah, man, I can't be rocking that until I've stacked the results. No, this alone. You start wearing this, it has energy on it. I'm sending you a gift, an accountability partner. In the merchandise, you're being held accountable to want to be a better version of you, show up as the best version of you each and every day. I know you can do it. Your time is now. 25 is your opportunity. Let's shed the skin. Shed that old skin. Let it go. Let the past go. Let the present go. And fully start stepping into the greatest version of yourself, the highest version of yourself for the greatest good. You start improving yourself, everything else starts working. But it starts right here. Mind, emotions, spirit, and then your body. We will make it happen. I can help you. I'm here to help you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, liking the messages, sharing the messages, all the comments. It really does warm my heart when you are able to relate to the message and comment. And it would mean the world to me for you to support the brand. Download the app, get on there, start doing the work, shedding the skin. I love you guys, you know the drill. Results, kill excuses, because if it was easy, it won't be worth it. Greg's out.